our group presentation of case studies 10A. What is a green supply chain and is it a sustainable business model? My colleague Linda, Vivian, and Maryam and I have studied the application and effects of green supply chains in contemporary logistics. This subject becomes more important with companies striving to achieve sustainability objectives as they have navigate international operations. Our question has been how to define a green supply chain and whether this practice is environmentally and cost effective over the long run. With government enforcing tighter regulations and consumers calling for transparency, green supply chains are no longer discretionary. No, they are a strategic necessity. The green supply chain notion was developed because of rising global awareness towards climate change, ecological harm, and unsustainable consumption. While speed and cost were the focus of conventional supply chain, emergent paradigms now have to incorporate emissions wastage and the sustainable sourcing. Multinational organizations have been under growing pressure to minimize their environmental footprints since the signing of 2015 Paris Agreement. This has caused a change in the management of logistics, having considered sustainability as an expense to now realizing it's a source of competitive advantage. Against this background, our studies examine how business innovate to reach climate objectives, shifting market demands, and ESG investment philosophies. Green supply chains mean much more than emissions reduction. They entail life cycle thinking, packaging innovation, and responsible supplier engagement. Our study is attempting to determine the feasibility of this method and where it belongs in terms of contemporary logistics and stakeholder agendas. The purpose of our study is to critically analyze the feasibility and strategic advantages of implementing green supply chain trends in world business logistics. This prompted us to build four main objectives. The first was that we sought to identify the most crucial elements of a green supply chain. Factors like the use of renewable energy, circular logistics, waste reduction, and green procurement. First, we described how pioneering companies such as IKEA and Unilever have adopted green supply chain models and how this affects business and brand. Second, we analyzed how outside companies' walls drive these changes, like climate legislation, customer pressure, and investor demands for ESG companies. Third, we asserted how these practices influence stakeholders like customers and suppliers, government and regulators, and employees and company-wide performance. In the research methodology, to meet our objective and purpose, we employed a secondary qualitative research strategy. This entailed reading UN SDG reports, business reports, and scholarly journals. Benchmarking was utilized in order to synchronize the various company strategies, while literature synthesis was utilized in order to explore ongoing trends in sustainability. Thematic coding, data analysis was an integral part of our methodology. We compared IKEA and Unilever sustainability reports to monitor performance metrics like the reduction of CO2, circular packaging, and traceability of the supply chain. From a review of these reports, we were able to find three broader outcome themes like operational efficiency, environmental impact, and stakeholder engagement. These observations provided us with useful insights regarding the strategic implications of implementing green supply chains in modern day logistics. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amara. Hello, everyone. I am Linda Eseroghene Ogbu, and I will start with a definition of what constitutes a green supply chain and the theoretical framework underlying our research process. From the section, I will also declare global trends on green logistics and the push factors of the new trends. Slide 5, what is a green supply chain? A green supply chain is the alignment of green practices in all stages of supply chain management, in right from sourcing and production to logistics, packaging, and even product disposal. It's not a question of reducing emissions or optimizing waste. It's redesigning the entire supply cycle to be environmentally friendly as well as operationally efficient. Green supply chain operations operates on a circular pattern rather than the conventional linear take, make, or dispose approach. It supports the use of renewable energy, minimizing wastage, ethical purchasing, and planning logistics. Networks with minimum harm to the environment. Theoretical framework. There are three grand theories that provide the backbone for the analysis. One is a triple bottom line, which holds companies accountable not only for profit maximization, but also for their impact on the environment and society. An example of this would be Unilever system of reducing carbon emissions and packaging waste in the global supply chains, while sourcing fair trades for the sake of social justice. Triple bottom line accords business entities the privilege of reconciling profit making with good citizenship. The second one deals with stakeholders theory. Every interest group has to be considered in a business decision, and this includes shareholders. In the case of ICARE, among others, this means planning for sustainability with the implementation of suppliers, NGOs, governments, and customers as a circular product design and giving discernment and giving distribution. The stakeholders approach therefore ensures the long-term commitment of all actors involved. Lastly is the institutional theory, which agrees that corporate behavior is, among other things, influenced by external stakeholders. Other things influenced by external stakeholders, such as government regulators, environmental organizations, media, and opinion leaders, global trends, and green evolution. All over the continent of the Earth, nations are adopting diverse green logistics solutions according to their geography. Denmark has been putting up additional green logistics hubs within optimized routes, developments to reduce emissions and electric fleets. Japan has been adopting smart warehousing and optimizing energy saving and resource optimization. The informal circular system of India also propagates reuse of material, especially urban space waste collection and recycling. Such illustration shows that there cannot be more than one, model adoption of green logistics, but an applied dynamic model shaped through technology. Sorry, hold on. I have cough. Shaped through technology and also an applied dynamic model shaped through technology, culture, and policy context. Key drivers of green supply chain. Firstly, climate control is speeding up the transition with companies today needing to cut greenhouse gases under international and national law. Secondly, ESG-driven investors are investing in companies with good sustainability track record. And also, thirdly, green consumers are reshaping demand by demanding brands that poses a definite sustainability position. Lastly, business organizations are starting to view competitive benefits like lower energy expenses, innovation possibilities, and improved image through the implementation of environmentally friendly logistics operations. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I am Vivian Oluchi Omoregbe. And I will lead you through slides, lead you through the remainings of my slides. I'll be talking about the Unilever, the eye care, the stakeholder impacts, and business benefits and challenges. Unilever is now a gold standard for sustainable supply chain management across the world. Its most moving success is incorporating renewable energy into its logistics operations. From warehousing to trucking transport, Unilever has successfully maximized its force fuel dependency to a huge, successful maximized extent. That is not it. It is also transformed packaging routines. Its packagings are mostly recyclable, reusable, and or compostable. This leads to maximized landfill activity and supports current beliefs about the circular economy. Unilever encourages reverse logistics through lines asking for the return of empty packaging for reuse. Product lumps are thus closed, maximizing environmental damage and generating brand loyalty. Unilever's supply chain also mandates the eco-consciousness of their suppliers to the deepest levels so as to encourage the green innovations along the value chain. The company has promised to be climate positive by 2030, e.g., reduce more greenhouse gases than it emits. To fund this aspiration, iCare has invested in a low emissions and green electric delivery car fleet. But maybe one of the most groundbreaking of its efforts is product life cycle management policy. iCare products now are designed to be circular. Most of their products are disabled, repaired, and reused, saving waste and lengthening the usage of the products. iCare also has taken back programs where customers can return used pieces of furniture for recycling or reskill. Green supply chain advantages trickled out to many group of stakeholders, customers, benefits, and first their values are represented in green products. And they rewarded companies with longevity as customers, suppliers are incentivized, but also empowered to innovate and meet on sustainability criteria, often with incentives and technical assistance. Governments are banking on the benevolence of the universes and archives of this world in order to deliver national reduction. Media and NGOs also have central role to play, serving as watchdogs to verify corporate green credentials are genuine and also greenwash workers also enjoy better condition of work. Lastly, although green supply chains have numerous benefits, organizations equally encountered numerous challenges. During their implementation, on the bright side, most organizations attain reduced cost of operation in the long run, especially in reduced energy consumption, waste disposal reduction, and enhanced inventory management. Green practice also lure investors into ESG interest and environmentally oriented customers that paid substantial reputational and competitive advantages. Challenges still exist, though the upfront capital investment in the clean technologies, transferability system, and sustainable sourcing will be high. Additionally, sticking with suppliers is never a certainty, particularly in countries with weak environmental regulation. Sustainability reporting also reduces administrative complexity. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Maryam Dawule Baba, and I'm also presenting the final segment of our presentation, covering external uncertainties, strategic recommendations, and our concluding insights. External uncertainties and risk. While green supply chains are full of benefits, they are confronted with interplay of external challenges. Volatile global fuel prices can interfere with the logistics cost, especially for business that possesses hybrid energy policy. Geopolitical disruptions such as trade traffics or disruptions such as blockage of the Suez Canal will lead to the delay in accessing greener material. Cross-border regulation heterogeneity hinders global compliance. Further monitoring also reveals the threat of reputational harm and greenwashing. Finally, weather disruptions such as flooding and climate stresses imperil supply chain reliability, and thus resilience, flexibility, and sound risk management practices are required. Short-term recommendations. Short-term companies will have to implement strategic steps that will bear fruit in the short run. One of them is conducting carbon audits along the supply chain. Carbon audits make it possible for companies to understand whether emissions are occurring and how to lower them with minimal complexity. Procurement teams will also need to be trained on sustainability metrics. This makes it possible for them to price and quality and environmental performance measures their supplies as well that they use to bring chain partners into alignment and into the same page as the company's vision for the world. Membership in cooperative forums such as the Science-Based Targets network also facilitates back and forth learning and get companies on the same page as evolving world norms change, such as corporate page as evolving world norms change, such as corporate build credibility and demonstrate real commitment towards sustainability. Long-term recommendations for transformative and sustainability change, business must take long-term strategic decisions. The inclusion of ESG performance on logistics dashboard places sustainability on the business agenda. Investing in a clean infrastructure logistics, green trucks, green warehouse, hydrogen logistics, reps long-term environmental in addition to economic reward, developing traceability tools like blockchain and lots possible, making supply chain visible and accountable. In addition, building sustainable relationship with circular economy suppliers ensures sustainability material flows and makes business proactive leaders instead of proactive followers in becoming sustainable. Conclusion and strategic call to action. Finally, green supply chain also no longer a dream outside the mainstream, a business necessity. IKEA and Unilever demonstrates that not only one can it be done, but also it can be profitable to do in a manner of vision and integrity without commitment, imagination, and stepping into uncertainties. However, green supply chain will never flourish. As we have shown, there are real external threats, economic, political, and environmental, but there are also clear, actionable solutions. Business that act now on embed sustainability into their actions will be better positioned for long-term success. Investors' confidence and public trust. Therefore, our call to action is simple. Think long-term, invest strategically, and stay accountable. Green supply chains are variable, necessary, and informative. Thank you.